In the southern edge of the Texas Hill Country, Williamson Creek converges with Onion Creek over a series of waterfalls. The rushing creeks have eroded ancient volcanic ash from a nearby long-extinct volcano called Pilot Knob. With the ash gone, the cracks and gaps widened until the waterfalls formed in the remaining limestone. Welcome to McKinney Falls State Park. We don't know much about the indigenous peoples who traveled through the area, but we know people have been visiting for several millennia. From the 17th to early 19th centuries, El Camino Real de los Tejas, the Spanish Royal Road of Texas, ran through the park. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, so every time I see a reference to El Camino Real, I think of the King's Road from Winterfell to King's Landing, and that kind of helps me to understand what the various Caminos Reales were. The park's namesake, Thomas McKinney, moved to Texas in 1824. He moved around a bit and had ties to Nacogdoches and San Felipe. He seems to have been a fairly astute businessman, at least in his youth. His list of professional contacts reads kind of like a who's who in Texas economic history. Among other investments he made, the firm he founded with Samuel Williams helped fund the Texas Revolution. He acquired the land which became McKinney Falls in the mid-19th century. The remains of several buildings he had built can still be seen in the park. McKinney's widow sold the land to the Smith family, who eventually donated it to the state in 1973. The park opened 3 years later. Grants and such helped the park build additional interactive elements like the Smith Visitor Center, and the TPWD state headquarters is located on the same parcel of donated land, though not technically in the park. In fact, if you visit the park, you'll probably drive right past TPWD headquarters. In the fall of 2013, Onion Creek flooded so badly that the water got up inside the Smith Visitor Center. It's now just over 5 years since that flood, and it hasn't reopened yet, but I've heard a rumor that repairs either are or will soon be in progress, so keep an eye out for that. This wasn't our first visit to McKinney Falls. We've hiked some of the other trails in the past. We kept our hike short this time and hit some trails we hadn't visited before. The park offers more challenging trails because this is the hill country, so if hiking and bouldering or geocaching are your thing, this is a really good park for you. Wherever you hike, be sure you visit both the upper and the lower falls. They also offer fishing and swimming. In the spring, the flat spaces of the park just burst with color. We saw carpets of Indian paintbrushes, and I bet if you show up in late March-ish, it'll be a carpet of bluebonnets. We've got time for just a couple more photos, including this shot of the common barberberry tree in bloom. Who knew that fishing tackle grew on trees? I'm kidding. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to learn more about McKinney Falls, check out the links in the description. Be sure to subscribe and come back next week to take a trip to Sheldon Lake State Park with us. Have an awesome week.